The Kravesh interrogator circled the human strapped to the neural chair, its three eyes blinking in sequence as it studied its prize. Commander Thex had captured dozens of species during the war, but this was his first human. The creature looked so fragile. Soft skin, no natural armor, no venomous appendages. How had these beings pushed the Kravesh Empire to the brink of defeat? "You will tell us the location of your fleet." Thex clicked through his translator, his mandibles scraping together with anticipation. The human, designation Lieutenant Marcus Webb according to captured records, said nothing. Blood trickled from a cut above his eye and his breathing came in ragged gasps. They had been at this for 3 cycles now. Thex activated the neural disruptor. The human's body convulsed, every muscle fiber screaming in protest. The Kravesh had designed this device specifically after studying human neurology from captured medical databases. It targeted the exact pain receptors that humans found most unbearable. When the pulse ended, Webb slumped in his restraints, barely conscious. "The fleet coordinates," Thex repeated. Webb's lips moved. Thex leaned closer, eager for the breakthrough. "Go to hell," Webb whispered. Thex's frustration mounted. He had broken Valorian warriors in hours. Zenthak commanders had crumbled after a single session. But this human, this weak, pathetic creature, had endured 3 full cycles. Perhaps humans possessed some hidden mental fortitude their intelligence had missed. "Increase the intensity," Thex ordered his assistant. Over the next 2 cycles, they pushed the neural disruptor beyond recommended limits. They denied Webb sleep, food, and water. They showed him fabricated footage of human colonies burning, of his homeworld under siege. Nothing worked. On the 8th cycle, something changed. Webb had stopped responding entirely. His eyes had gone distant, unfocused. His vital signs remained stable, but there was a hollowness to him now, as if something fundamental had broken inside. "Finally!" Thex clicked with satisfaction. "Prepare him for deep interrogation. His mind is ready to be harvested." But when the technicians tried to move Webb to the extraction chamber, his hand shot out with impossible speed. The restraint, reinforced durasteel designed to hold beings 3 times human strength, shattered. Before anyone could react, Webb's fist connected with the nearest guard's thorax, crushing the exoskeleton like paper. The prisoner moved like liquid death. Every strike was precise, calculated, devastating. He killed the second guard with a single blow to its neural cluster. The third guard managed to raise its plasma rifle before Webb twisted it from his grip and used it to paint the ceiling with bioluminescent gore. "Impossible!" Thex stumbled backward. The restraints, the conditioning. Webb turned to face him, and Thex finally understood his mistake. Those eyes weren't hollow anymore. They burned with something primal, something ancient that the Kravesh had unknowingly awakened. "You wanted to break me," Webb said, his voice terrifyingly calm. "Congratulations." The human had always been a soldier, trained and disciplined, operating within the rules of war. But Thex had stripped away those rules. He had torn away the civilization, the morality, the carefully constructed control that humanity wrapped around its most dangerous instincts. He had broken the man and freed the monster. Webb moved through the detention facility like a force of nature. The Kravesh had studied human anatomy, but had missed something crucial in their analysis. Humans weren't apex predators because of claws or venom. They were persistence hunters, endurance killers who had evolved to run prey to exhaustion across endless savannas. Their bodies could push past pain through sheer willpower. Their minds could compartmentalize trauma and continue functioning. And when pushed past their breaking point, when every civilized constraint was burned away, they reverted to something older, something that had climbed to the top of Earth's food chain through nothing but stubborn, creative violence. Alarms blared throughout the station. Reinforcements poured in. Webb killed them all. He used their own weapons when available. When ammunition ran out, he used maintenance tools, furniture, his bare hands. He had memorized the layout of the facility during his captivity, noting guard rotations, weak points, and ventilation shafts. The soldier in him might have broken, but the predator that remained was far more dangerous. Commander Thex barricaded himself in the command center, watching through security feeds as this single human carved through his garrison. 43 guards, destroyed. The human had sustained multiple injuries that should have been fatal, but he kept moving, kept killing, driven by something beyond mere survival instinct. "Send a distress signal," Thex ordered. "Code Obsidian. Xenocide protocol." His subordinate stared at him. "Commander, that protocol is reserved for extinction-level threats. Do it!" Thex screeched. Inform the Empire that humans cannot be taken prisoner. They cannot be broken. They must be eliminated entirely, or we will unleash an entire species of these creatures. The door to the command center buckled, then buckled again. Webb's bloodied fist appeared through the reinforced metal, peeling it back like foil. Thex raised his plasma pistol with trembling appendages. "You're a monster." Webb stepped through, covered in purple Kravesh blood, his own red blood mixing with it. His arm hung at an unnatural angle, broken but still functional. Burns covered half his body, but those eyes, those terrifying human eyes, remained focused. "No," Webb said softly. "I was a soldier, a man with a code, with honor. You broke that. You tortured me until there was nothing left but survival instinct and rage." He took another step forward. "You wanted to see what humans are capable of when you strip away our humanity?" He smiled, and Thex felt his blood crystallize with fear. "Congratulations. You found out." The transmission from Detention Station Kresh 9 cut out exactly 47 seconds later. When the Kravesh reinforcement fleet arrived 3 hours later, they found the entire facility painted with bioluminescent gore. Every single guard, every technician, every officer dead. And in the center of the command center, written in Kravesh blood on the main view screen, a message in perfect Kravesh script: "Send more." The escape pod was gone. Lieutenant Marcus Webb had vanished into the void, leaving behind a station full of corpses and a terrified empire. The Kravesh learned their lesson that day. The intelligence files were updated with a single critical addendum about human prisoners. Do not attempt capture. Do not attempt interrogation. Do not attempt to break them. When humanity's civilized shell cracks, what emerges is not weakness. It is something that climbed from Earth's evolutionary crucible with nothing but endurance, ingenuity, and relentless creative violence. You cannot break a human. You can only free the monster they've learned to chain. Elimination on sight is the only acceptable protocol.